Hello everyone, this is part 4 of CSDC Ogre Wizard. I'm Ultraviolent 4. We're on D9 right now. We've got our very early HEP going. Pretty slow game so far, although some of it was lag, I don't know. Gonna have to speed it up though. As always, trying to fit the whole game into a week is hard. And especially when I started late, because I was still playing Game of the Month. Yeah, well, it is what it is. So, we've been training some invocations. We're almost up to 5. It means our abilities should be castable. Castable. I don't know what you call it. It should be usable, a bit more reliable. Transference is at 1%. Idealize is still only at 22. Oh, I just accidentally put all my skill into throwing. That's not what I meant to do. We were training fighting, spellcasting, and focusing invocations. I was trying to look at the targets. There we go. We're taking Invo to 8 apparently. Okay. Spellcasting to 10, fighting to 27. What I was trying to do is look at our spell screen here. The more I've been thinking about it, the more I like the idea of Bolt of Draining. So I don't often use this spell, but it's not like I dislike it. I think you pretty much always, if you're a conjurer type, prefer, say, the fire or the cold bolts. And if you're, I don't know, if you're playing, say, a fire elementalist of Vehement, you're probably going to end up with something like that. But the thing about our character is that we don't know for sure that we're going to find anything really. We're just a wizard. We're playing HEP. We're going to be skipping Lair and our rune branches, so there are fewer chances to find books. And then the other thing that I'll note is that part of the reason why you don't like Bolt of Draining is that there's a subset of monsters that it does literally nothing to. So any undead, anything that's immune to negative energy. But our part of the game that's going to be most difficult, because we're going into Lair. So we're going into Orc. We're going to Orc, Elf, and Depths all early, because we're skipping Lair. At that part of the game, and especially the first two, we're mostly going to be fighting living things, where the Bolt of Draining will actually be very useful. And then as well, it's synergy because we can fire through our ancestor. I think makes me want it. So I have decided that I'm going to train for it. And then as a bonus, we've got, I don't know that we'll do them, but we do have these other necromancy spells as well that we might learn. Sublimation of Blood can be very useful. That one takes your HP and gives you magic points back. Especially, we're going to be doing Abyss as our first rune, and you can't rest for magic points there. So, yeah, can be a very useful spell. So we're going to train that. Let's focus Conjurations and Necromancy. So as an Ogre, all of those, or both of those, or really all of those, because all of our spell scores are -1. Maybe we need 8 for both of these. That might be too high. I can assess as we go. This will just ensure I don't overtrain too much. Yeah, I did it. Oh, that one. Yeah, I won't suddenly forget to pay attention and then all of a sudden it's at 20. Uh-oh, that's a rocker. Alright. Okay. Well, that's really, really scary. Okay, so a rocker can banish, of course. She can also just destroy you with spells. So if she has Paralyze, she has a 33% chance to get us. She might have Fireball. She could have Crystal Spear. One benefit of your ancestor, and why I think HEP is a really strong god, is that, oh, and she's also got a Wand of Paralysis. It gets even better. But anyway, so the thing you get to do with Hep is use your ancestor to block line of fire between you and hexing enemies. Idealize is 22% chance. See, the problem with, well, not the problem, but the main issue with Oroka is that because we're skipping Lair, we can't, it's a lot harder for us to avoid her. I mean, I could just skip this floor, we could just go back up here. Two of our downstairs are here, but say we come down somewhere else, we try to go to D10. But we're going to be skipping so much experience already that that's really, really nasty. So I could try to fight her. How would we fight her? I'd need my ancestor to go fight her. She's gone invis. That means she does have banish, right? I think if she's invis, she is a banish type. Invis, lightning bolt, banishment, stone arrow. Yep. Well, that does mean that she can't get through our ancestor. So say she was the blink type, that in some ways would make this more dangerous because she could blink up here and then crystal spear us. So it's possible here that I could just try and idealize. That would strengthen our ancestor and maybe the ancestor could just win. So what this does is restores your ancestor to an idyllic version of their best self. Their wounds are forgotten, so you can use it as a heal. The glow of perfection infuses them, giving them short-lived but dramatic increase in strength, spellcasting, and armor. And then those things are all improved by invocation skill. So maybe if I can strengthen him, he can just beat her. And if we can do it in this hallway here, she'll never get a chance to banish us. So I think I'm going to give it a go. Okay, he was idealized. And then maybe if I throw a Mephitic Cloud down. Okay, let's see if he can win. So Ultraviolet 3 is casting spells at something, so he's fighting her. Oh, he might just get banished at any point. Oh, okay, well we ended up with a Centaur. He's fighting something, just hit him for a lot of damage. I could potentially idealize again and try to use it as a heal here. I'm really tempted to. I can't think of anything that's going to be worse for us than a banish Oroka here when we don't have any magic resistance. So I'm going to go again. Okay, he apparently got healing and protection, but that didn't quite do it. Let's go again. I'm just going to use all our piety. I don't even care. Okay, he healed a bit. We can no longer do that anymore. Let me see. Can I try a new Mephitic? No. I'm ignoring the Centaur. I don't really care. He's much less dangerous than Oroka is. I'm going to step forward one. I'm going to cast another Mephitic. See if we can confuse her. And now we got the Centaur. We can very easily kill him just with Ice Blast. And I am watching the fight below. If our ancestor does die, we're going to have to run. And in doing that, there are going to be a few turns where we can get banished. Maybe not if we cast some imps. They can block for us potentially. Oh, he got her. Okay, fantastic. Wow. Okay, thank you, Hep. So Hep just soloed Oroka for us. We had to use quite a bit of piety, but that's fine. We didn't die. We didn't go to the abyss. Oh, fantastic. Alright. Like say we had picked any of the other two gods this week, either Oka or Ash, we couldn't have done that fight. She had a plain robe, it looks like, but we get her Wand of Paralysis, which is really good. Cool. Alright. Very, very cool. Here's a two-headed ogre. That's another really scary enemy. Not as bad if we confuse it though. Go kill it. Oh god. Oh, he unconfused. Okay. Alright, it's okay. We're gonna make some space here. Let's see if he's willing to walk into fire. Apparently he's not. I'm gonna put a few down, and then we're gonna mephitic him. And then he'll probably wander into it. Cool. I shouldn't stand next to him and tab him. That's a bad idea. I'm feeling a bit cocky now, Killer Roka. I'm like, nothing else is scary like that was. It's a bad way to think and act. We have a new jade ring. I don't know when we picked that up. It's a protection from cold. Cool. So that gives us RC. We have a Staff of Fire if we need that. Here's a weapon shot. Let's check in on Bolt of Drain. It's at 58%, but remember that we have a lot of Brilliance potions. Alright, what do we got here? -7 Vamp, minus Tele Rapier. A +5 Morningstar Protection. I don't love any of these. I still think from a shot perspective, from a weapon shot perspective, the Maxwell's Thermic Engine is the best weapon we've seen. Okay, can we get a Troll Leather Armor this time? Do we want a Troll Leather Armor? Yeah, probably. Hey, we got one. Alright. And let's check this out. Hang on, let me grab this stuff and then head back to the upstairs because we're going to be testing armors. This might not be better because our robe is +2 and this is +0, but this is a bit heavier, so we go from 9 AC, 10 evasion, which is 19, to 9 and 9, which is 18. This will make our spells a bit harder to cast, not hugely so. So 65 on Bolt of Draining it was 56. But the upside is that this gives you extra regen. So we're currently 0.27 a turn. With the Troll of the Armor we would be... oh right, because we didn't put it on. It's like, it's the same. My mind is blown. 0.67 per turn. So, I mean, that's not a huge difference, but it's a bit of a difference. Especially, this will synergize more if we're going to be using that spell, Sublimation of Blood, because our regen will be up. I feel like for the moment, while we're here in dungeon, I like the idea of the Troll of the Armor, but when we go into Orc early, I think I maybe would prefer the Robe of Positive Energy, because if we get paralyzed by any Orc sorcerers, they have Bolt of Draining. And even if we don't get paralyzed, just them bolting you with it themselves is scary. We're back up to 4 pips of piety, by the way, so it's not a big deal that we used that. Spammed it a bunch of times. This is super dangerous. I'm just going to stand on the stairs here. We've got a lot of HP. No. It's like maybe our ancestor will win that fight. Nope. So 2 early Centaur warriors. Oh, there he is. This is very scary. Let me just get around the corner. It's probably the best way to do that, and recall my ancestor in. And then we can we mephitic him? Not very easily. Wait, he's wearing a ring of RLEC, R Poison, RC+, Iron+, MR+. That is amazing, but I can't mephitic him. Ooh, that's nasty. So that's a fantastic ring to have. That replaces our cloak for the RLF bit. Okay, we wouldn't have a replacement right now. Also gives us MR, which is really good. Really good. Means we won't be as scared in Orc. The R Poison is not quite as significant as it normally would be because we're skipping our Lair branches. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. We got to kill the Centaur warrior. I'm just assuming that we're going to get his loot, but that's not a foregone conclusion here. I'm going to acid wand him, and then maybe... I don't know that this is scary enough that I need to brilliance and bolt of draining. Confusing touch I wouldn't trust. We don't have any weapon skill, so just poking him with our trident is not great. It's really slow. He can get multiple attacks against us, and he's fast as a centaur, so I'm gonna poke him and he might shoot me twice. Maybe we just try magic dart. Okay, he's drained and corroded, so he's got less AC, so maybe our magic dart will continue to kind of do stuff. Yeah, I think it will. Alright, he went down. Let's grab his ring. Let's put that on immediately instead of the ring of cold, which we will continue to carry around but turn off in auto pickup because we'll never need a third ring with RC on it. Okay, so this gives us... Well, this replaces the RN that we just lost from the robe. So maybe we will stay in the troll leather armor. I don't know. Even with an early orc, I'm not sure that you need... I'm not sure that you need 2 pips of RN. Okay, invocations to 6. This guy has... Oh, it's just a short sword. Magical short sword. Oh, and that's an amulet of harm. No, we don't really need either of those. Also, I've forgotten this for a long time. But we have that +3 whip with +4 int on it. I'm gonna drop my sling bullets. Probably the robe of positive energy at this point. Need to make some slots. We can also drop the amnesia scrolls. We can come back and get those if need be. Alright, so if I got 56 on bolt of draining. If I remember the whip, it's at 43, so it does help. Let's drop the harm amulet and the short sword. Do these guys have a blowgun? We have curare, but no blowgun in our game just yet. Oh yeah, right, this is super scary. A manticore. I'm just going to instruct Ultraviolet 3 to go attack him. And probably let's make some imps to help get in the way. The big kobold has a wounded disintegration. Well, he just threaded the needle there and we got barbed. So I'm going to step back 1 though. It's going to hurt us with the barbs, but that's going to allow us to put enemies between us and the disintegration wand. And I think we're going to mephitic. Okay, yeah, that will work. The barbs are really scary because you can't move. And then the manticores just hit really hard in melee, just on their own. I would pick up this Staff of Air if I didn't already have multiple sources of Aralak. We're not casting any air spells that we care about the spell power of very much. There's another scroll blinking. Here's a random Jiva altar in the dungeon. They're always rare to see. Once upon a time, the jellies used to eat all your items, so that would be a really bad thing to find. More nulls. Is his shield enchanted? No, it's plain. And it's the same tile that we have, so it's not a style upgrade. Moving to ID, some potions. The stack of 4 and 3. League and Berserk Rage. We have enough for cancellation potion, that's fine. Looking at the scrolls that we don't know, I think there's still a lot, yeah. Although I love a bunch of these. Brand weapon wouldn't be the worst because we could brand this trident. Silence and summoning would be a shame to waste, but enchant armor, oh sorry, acquirement or enchant armor, or a bunch of those would be really useful. Maybe I'll read it to start the next floor, so then if we do get summoning, it's not a total waste. Oh hey, we're adjacent to a two-headed ogre. Well, at least we have a huge amount of HP, so we can afford to stay dance him up here. Alright, we confused him. Okay. This is a fun and exciting stair. I normally reserve that for traps, but this was fun and exciting. Let's read the scroll. It was noise. Okay, there's a lot of stuff on this floor. What have we got? What can we divine? I think there are a lot of bees. We hear a lot of angry noises. Some chilling moans, a bark, some shouts. Something is shouting, "Crawl home, thou odious clay-brained fleecer." That's got to be an enemy imp. Okay, so I think the main thing is just that there are lots of bees around. Which is okay, because we have our poison now. Although this is a really bad place to fight bees, because even with our poison, we could get surrounded here in the open. Can I dance one? Yeah, okay. There's too much stuff coming. It's too dangerous. I'm going to X these out. That might seem drastic, but I don't want to forget. Never want to forget. So we're going to pick this third stair. Everything's here. Well, this is okay. We can still confuse the bees. Oh, I didn't mean... Oh, I can mephitic myself now. Awesome, because we have our poison. It's like, I didn't mean to do that. But it's okay, because we're not affected. If you have our poison, you are never affected by mephitic. It's not even that you might not be. You never are. What do? We reached a new experience level. We went to 12, so we get to pick more hints. I should probably go back up. I didn't want to go back to these stairs, but we didn't have much choice. I really would love to kill the glaive orc warrior, because he really hurts when you're stair dancing. Let's try mephitic again. I think, yeah, we got him. Alright, he went down. Let's try to get the other orc warrior. Although, he's confused. That's okay. We can go back to the other stair. It's all good. Just take our time. Man, even when they're not a threat, the phantoms are still so annoying. Ow. That hurt. I should pay attention to which stair I'm going to. I want to be at that one. Oh, Uruk just came into view. Alright, well this is a fantastic enemy to be stair dancing at the same time as a bunch of other ranged enemies. She has javelins, and they hurt. I do think I'm better off waiting a turn and seeing if I can stair dance a Centaur up, so we can cull the ranged enemies slightly. We did get one, by the way. I'm going to try to get away from Uruk, which is this step. Again, if we could get the Centaur, I'm going to Ice Blast, and maybe even a Disintegration. Do I need that? Bolted Draining is still really scary to cast. I think I do need it. We have 15 Disintegration charges. You know what? Let's just Ice Blast again. Okay, good. And we'll take the Orc up. So I just really want the ranged enemies to all be gone, because Urug is scary enough on her own. And I hope there aren't Orc warriors, sorry, Centaur warriors again. Yeah, this is definitely our Orc floor. There's so many Orcs turning up. What was this whip? Just +3. So many Orcs. I guess we dance. I don't know where Urug went. She's disappeared. We're just going to keep switching between the stairs. Tanking more Orc warriors. I probably shouldn't have come back to that one. Okay. Alright, it's a noise scroll. I'm like, Mephitic Cloud is loud, but why are there so many infinite enemies here? It's because we're basically playing Quaz. Because we read a scroll of noise, so we're attracting the whole floor here. Now I get it. That makes sense. I was getting a bit salty. I was like, why am I getting swarmed this hard? It is my own fault. Let me go up, we're dying. We pulled almost nothing. We pulled the Quasit. Oh, it looks back. Well, it's okay. There's something else too dangerous here. We can sort of tank some javelins with our face here. And then now go back up. I mean, not that I recommend this as a general strategy, but you can strip her of all her javelins by blocking them with your face. Eventually she'll run out. Let's see if we can Mephitic her. What has she got? It's just a great sword. Okay. Sometimes she can have really scary weapons. She's confused. Will she come up with us? No, that means she won't. That was stupid. That's okay. It looked like she had stopped throwing javelins at that point, and also we sort of dealt with this floor pretty well. Yeah, see, we can just confuse her. No, I don't trust this anymore. Our ancestors are fighting a yak. Ultraviolent 3 will come help. Nope. Gotta get the yak. That was not a good one. I missed the yak here. The Komodo dragon is kind of like an Uruk as well, in that it bites for 34 damage. So I sort of need to be careful of that one too. I'm gonna go back to the other step. And we have more ranged enemies turning up. That's okay. I think it's pretty clear that Urug is out of javelins. I'm just gonna surround myself. I really want to kill this Komodo dragon. I didn't. And now Urug's coming. Alright, let's go back up. And we're going to blink away, call our ancestor back in, and this should do it. Okay. Necro goes to 4. Oh, there's suddenly a 2-headed ogre here. Alright, let's go back up again. Same plan. We need to randomly blink here. That hurt. But it's okay, because we use our ancestor to get a break. And then let's put fire down. You decide to step in it. Alright. Well, it's okay because he stopped to fight our ancestor. But what I was thinking here is we have the transference ability. So if he was still adjacent to us, I would consider swapping our ancestor with the ogre here, because it would put the ancestor between him and us, and it would then put him into the fire. But we got a gap, so we can put a new fire down. And then he's low enough HP that he can't walk into it anymore. That's not the stair we want. This is the stair we want. That was scary. Two-headed ogres are always scary. He's a new Centaur. Our ancestor's fighting an ant. Come on, man. You can do better than that. Let's see if we can kill the Centaur. Uruk has been slowed. I'm going to put down a Mephitic. I failed it. I just want to ensure that she stays confused. I don't like this. We're now taking Orc Warrior shots as well. It's okay. I'm going to go back up. And we've shown that we can quite reliably Mephitic Uruk, so I'm not that afraid of her anymore. I say that. No, she was confused. Good. Being slowed again. Apparently her MR isn't fantastic because she's getting reliably slowed by our ancestor. Who just went down. One disintegration will do it. Good. That'll do. Skill training check. Bolted training's at 30%. Invo's almost done. Okay. With our whip, it's 22%. Whites. I may as well just stand behind my ancestor, and that way we won't get drained. We have just found Cause Fierce Silence Deflect Missiles. We've also found Lair. So our challenge this week is to never go into Lair. So I'm going to exclude it so that I don't accidentally do it. And let's put a bunch of these spells. Deflect Missiles. Silence. I'm a fan of both of those. Let's put Dispel Undead in our list as well. Cause Fear. We've trained a bit of hexes, but we have 3 fear scrolls, so I'm not going to learn that. But I mean, we're training necromancy, so Dispel Undead is a useful spell to have in our spell list. So is Deflect Missiles. We could train a bit of charms in air, maybe. 99% chance. I don't know. I don't think we need to be quaffing our brilliance potions to cast Deflect Missiles at this point. And what do you know? Our Orcish Mines wasn't here. Even though there were all those orcs. There were just a million orcs. So this was the game to be playing beer. Onto D11. Alright, well we get a lot of orcs again, so maybe it's this time. More Ice Blast. I think as an ogre we're pretty bad at evocations. -2 aptitude. Yeah, good. That's all the reason I needed not to train it. There we go. Our ancestor doesn't have hunger, so he can just fight the hungry ghost forever, basically, without caring. That was a mistake. The beast didn't notice me, and I stepped in and just meleeed. I could have put down a Conjure Flame, like I can now. And that way, the bees are stupid, so they're going to fly into it. Or not. Checking a hatch. Can't accidentally take us into Lair, fortunately. Blowgun check. We've seen a lot of kobolds, but no blowgun. There's something invis hitting us. And hitting us quite fast. It's almost certainly an unseen horror. Yeah, let's bring our ancestor back. I don't remember if unseen horrors can be Mephitic. Yes, they can. So I'm going to Mephitic myself, and that might confuse it. And then our ancestor can see invis, So if I just stand here, I expect our ancestor will eventually win. I get a glimpse again, so let's Mephitic. And if I see where it is like this, hey, okay, it died. I can just guess, or not guess, but I can just shoot magic dart at it because magic dart can't miss. Let's go. Oh wait, there's a stair right there. Let's test this ring. Curse ring of attention. No, thank you. Alright, there we go. There's our Orcish Mines. I was curious for a second about that magical leather armor, and then I remembered we're playing a Fatso. I'm just gonna chill. I'm just gonna make some imps. I'm just gonna stand here and poke with my crossbow. Guess every now and then we can throw a Mephitic out. But I think this is a good sign. We're very comfortably just fighting the regular warriors and these regular orcs. And then because we found an MR ring, we're not as afraid of early sorcerers as we would be. Plus we got our resistances covered too. So, oh, that's a Hydra. He's probably gonna walk into fire. So I should put fire down. And then, oh, our ancestor immediately dies. Unfortunate. In that case, I think I'd just walk away. So I could put fire down again and then hold him in the fire and he'd burn to death. But every time I'm holding him in the fire, he's potentially hitting us for a lot of damage. So I think we just walk away. Oh, our skeletons will hold him in fire though. Hang on. You can have a risk-free fire. Okay, he didn't actually step in it. Okay, it's not risk-free. He's gonna kill it really quickly. With bolted draining, we could do 26% chance. If that failed though, we could get tormented. Ooh, I'm so tempted. Our Orc Warrior is probably going to die immediately. Although no, he's still wearing the chainmail. So I think earlier on I said the skeletons aren't still wearing the body armor, but here you go, they are. So maybe he could tank some shots here. Probably not, but I don't know, maybe. So maybe I have a turn to Coffer Brilliance, and then that will give us a chance to fire Bolt of Draining. Or I could just go for it. You know what, I'm just going to wield the whip. It gives us a bit more int. So we got a 19% chance to fail, and I'm just going to Bolt of Draining. We got it too. Nice. Okay. Animate Skeleton. There you go. Was both Animate Skeleton and Conjure Flame, and well, all things, and Bolt of Draining. Okay. Our ancestor isn't back, but we've currently got a Skeletal Hydra. So we're gonna keep going. Okay, if we can't get a blowgun here, we're never getting a blowgun. Oh. Okay, go Hydra. Okay, we got all the scary ones. There's 8 for invocations, which brings Idealize down to 6%, so I think that's fine. Why can't I use it right now? Oh, because our ancestor's dead. Never mind, that makes perfect sense. Blowgun? No blowguns. Oh well. Snog. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not too afraid of Snog, especially when we have a Hydra skeleton. And when she's gonna go stand in fire. Like an idiot. She could have given us an enchanted Troll of the Armor. It's a bit of a shame she didn't. Okay. And we're going to keep going. So we can't go to Lair. So Normally I'd do D11 and then head into Lair. I want to at least do D12 before I do Orc. I'm kind of scared. Gargoyle is kind of rough, although we can just disintegration it. Although also our ancestor might just beat him in a fight. So let's put some fire down. So we can't Mephitic it. Oh wait, now I'm telling my ancestor to go fight it? That's dumb. Yeah, or is it dumb? No, it's not dumb. Okay, maybe it was dumb. He just walked across the fire and died. Okay. Alright. Maybe I'm not so bright. Let's just try a new step. But the play that we have against the Gargoyle is to just disintegration wand it. It has low hit points. High AC but low hit points. So if you can do something that will affect it. It will die pretty easily. I'm being greedy. I should be waiting for my ancestor. It's because I got a bunch of yaks. Alright, he's back. So I have a bit of an army. That's a steam dragon. Okay. We could potentially get a steam dragon scales. That'd be exciting. So that's light like a robe, but gives you, it's a dragon armor, so it gives you more protection. We did get one too. This looks like Josephine, seeing that we're seeing a wraith. We have RN for her. I should probably learn Dispel Undead for her wraith posse. You know what? It's going to be a useful spell. We're learning Necromancy. I think we should have Dispel Undead in our list. It takes up all our remaining spell levels. That's okay. It's on E. Am I fine with that? I'm going to make it Shift D. Let's grab that Steam Dragon scales. We can animate the skeleton before we pick that up. I know we found out that the enemies still wear their armors, but it would be very weird if the dragon was wearing its Steam Dragon scales. Is that weird? I don't know. It's like it fell out of its skin. Maybe it's not weird. 9 and 9 AC EV. This is 10 and 10. So this is probably just better. And then it brings our spells down. So now Bolter Draining is 14% chance to fail. And if we have the whip, 11%. I think this is better. Having 1 AC and 1 evasion at all times and better access to our spells. I prefer that to a bit of extra HP regen. Okay, could you... Right, you're doing nothing. Useless ancestor. Alright, blowgun. Oh, we got a hand crossbow. But no blowgun. Normally kobolds pretty reliably have them. Not this time. There we go. Couple disintegration charges that takes the gargoyle down. Oh, I've got to go. Oh, and I'm going to be late for work. There's still a lot of this floor to go. I see an artifact spear and a new book. Alright, let's grab those. Do we have ID? No, it's kind of dangerous to get to wield the spear at this point. Hey, look, we just found Summon Lightning Spire. Alright, game is won. Okay, so let's leave it here. I'm not going to show you the rest of the episodes because we can just assume that I found Spire, so we won the game. I'm just kidding, of course, but alright, this ups our character's spell power a lot. I know in my regular games, a lot of the time I don't do Spire because I don't want to just do that every single game. But when I'm playing a tournament, I definitely will be. So that is becomes our priority immediately. We're going to need to get some spells. Hang on. What's in our spell list? What can we get rid of now? All of these are good. Maybe we just focus more spell casting and get more spell levels. And maybe we'll forget Core Imp. I don't know. See, it was really useful against, I don't know, say Aroka. So I can see situations where I still want to Core Imp, but Spy is just so much better. Oh, and we also just found a new book that has Tsukima's Dance. That's the Enchanter book. You know what? I'm gonna go get an Amnesia right now. Let's put Spire in our spell list. And if we have Spire, we don't need to care about Imps blocking line of fire because we can use Spire itself to do it. Let's put Confusing Touch on X. I haven't been using it because it's really not that special when we don't have any weapon skill. Although maybe with this artifact spear that we just found, that will change. Oh, I have 7 spell levels left. What did I just do? I thought I only had 2 left. I must be crazy. Maybe we just leveled up between the last time I looked at it and now. Anyway, we can put Spire right into our spell list then. There you go. It's at 19% chance to fail, so we can even almost cast it. Because we have a bit of summoning skill. Okay, well let's bring... Oh, and air magic skill. There you go. Let's take both of those. We're going to focus them to 6. Cool, very, very nice. Very exciting pickup. In that case, we don't need to focus spellcasting. You know what? This spell is so strong that I think we stop training fighting short for a little bit while we get Spire going. So yeah, we only need a little bit more training for Bolt of Draining. Probably we can take Conjurations to 7 and Necromancy to 7. And then I think maybe it will be castable. It's at 12% right now. And we'll get Spire up. Anyway, that's going to be it. I gotta go to work. See you next time.